Wait. Don't tell me he's gonna...
Check my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop.
Boruto episode 99 review. Alright guys, this episode was definitely a very good episode. It was the marking of the beginning of a new arc, and we all have been waiting for an arc that we can finally salivate and pretty much look forward to every single episode about. Now this episode pretty much gave us all of that. Now the preview of the next episode was something super fire, and I do want to make a full video about that. But on to this actual video. First things first, I do want to talk about the actual tone of this episode. Now it was a very fearful tone of the episode, mainly because it's somebody that we already know. It's Jugo being a very fearsome warrior. Y'all know that Jugo is extremely strong, jonin level, especially now after years and years of training. But it looks like those years and years of training meant nothing in terms of controlling his actual powers. Jugo has been a character that never really understood or knew how to control his powers. I honestly don't know how he's actually up and basically walking around by himself unattended, because as we know, back in the day he could only pretty much function with Sasuke or Konohamaru. Now supposedly Orochimaru probably has something to pretty much get Jugo under control, but it looks like it's not working. Now the overall thing of this arc, or the overall theme and plot of this arc, I don't feel like Jugo is going to be the overall bad guy of this arc. I feel like Jugo is eventually going to come to his senses and pretty much try to help everybody fix exactly what's going on. This begs the question, who is the actual overall enemy of this arc? Now that right there, in my opinion, is going to become very clear to us in the near future, and hopefully it's going to be very, very soon. Now a couple things that I do want to note about the curse marks that we actually did see. First things first being is that it looked completely different that we seen that Sasuke had. Now if you guys remember, Sasuke and a lot of other ninja back in the day in part 1 of Naruto, we seen these guys with the curse mark that Jugo had. This was the curse mark that was modified by Orochimaru and actually put into Sasuke and everybody else. Now this curse mark that these other people have that we did see in this episode, it looked like it was not modified by Orochimaru at all. For example, when that one guy woke up, and credit to Konohamaru, he knocked some sense into him real quick, that one guy looked like a zombie. It looked like he wasn't even there, and as we know by Sasuke was there. The only thing about Sasuke was that he was in so much pain that he could pretty much hardly move. And of course at some point the pain completely knocked out Sasuke. But these guys, as I said, they looked like complete zombies, and also their eyes were completely red. Now we've seen the eyes affecting the birds that did attack Boruto and everybody else earlier in the episode, and I think that's going to be an overwhelming theme with these people that are affected with this karma seal. Now one of the best scenes of this episode was Boruto versus Jugo. Of course it was a very short sequence of events, but you kind of understood how dangerous Jugo was. And of course towards the end of the fight we got to see Sumire save Boruto. Of course it was a tiny Borosumi moment right there, but I don't really want to focus on that. And of course this happened, what I'm about to talk about happened in the past couple of episodes, but god damn it, the new way got extremely big. It's like he just got buffed. Before he was big, but he was like a teddy bear type of big. Now he's just like extremely buff. He looks like a lion or a cheetah. It just looks absolutely amazing, and this could possibly go on and fit the theme of other summoning jutsus. For example, I'm pretty sure you guys remember back in Naruto part 1 and in Naruto part 2, god knows how big this guy is now, Gamakichi, which is Naruto's summoning jutsu, gradually got bigger and bigger and bigger. And of course I do understand that this is going to be a little bit different because the new way still reverts back to his small form, but I am very curious as to see how big the new way possibly gets, or how big the second form of the new way possibly gets later on in Boruto, possibly even in Boruto Shippuden. And not only that, to the people who think that this is just like a second form of the new way, what if the new way could possibly get a third form or a fourth form? That would be absolutely amazing. Of course we know that the writers of Boruto have been implementing Sumire and Team 15 a lot throughout the Boruto anime as of late, and of course them going out on this special mission, I really hope it means some big things for Team 15 as a whole in the future. And one of the big letdowns of this arc is going to be the absence of Hanabi. We all know that Hanabi is definitely a fan favorite, and not only that, Hanabi and Konohamaru interactions are always hilarious, and people ship Konohamaru and Hanabi, so Hanabi's absence is going to be a downer for a lot of people in this arc, and I really wish she was there. But there is also a possibility that Hanabi actually does come back later on in the arc. But speaking of Hanabi, one thing that I did want to talk about in terms of Hanabi is the fact that she is at the border, and she's at the border because someone actually infiltrated the border. That was like a slight addition to the episode, but I really took heed of that, mainly because this could possibly be leading into something even bigger. Now, I did talk about how this arc is supposedly going to be about 6 episodes long max. I'm not necessarily sure how accurate that is, but I had a very good source to tell me that. But if this arc specifically about Jugo is 6 episodes long, the border crossing, dealing with Hanabi and everybody else part of the border patrol team, that could possibly be the next arc of Boruto right after this small Jugo arc. Now, me personally, if that is the case, I don't think that's going to be anything too crazy or anything too big in terms of the Boruto on the manga side. I feel like the adaptation is going to be probably after that. Hopefully it is in this arc or in the next arc, but as of right now, guys, I just don't see it. But I am a little bit interested about what is exactly going on at the border and the joining that they required. They had to pull them off of their actual mission, so that's a little bit interesting to me. And now a couple of things that I do want to talk about Boruto being Boruto. Towards the end of the episode, that we all understand that Konohamaru told Boruto and Sarada, like, yo, if you see anything, if you encounter Jugo, just turn back and contact the others. Now Boruto, as soon as he's seen that cave, as soon as he's seen that opening, he should have automatically contacted Konohamaru, but because it's Boruto is extremely stubborn. He wants to be interested, he wants to be the guy to save everything. Now he's actually stumbled into Jugo. Now the next episode is going to be very good in my opinion. It's going to be an interaction, or it's going to be a battle between Jugo, Boruto, and Sarada, and hopefully we do get some cool scenes in that episode, much like some of the scenes that we did see in this episode. Now from the preview, and of course, as I said, I will make a full video about that, they will be getting some assistance from Konohamaru. It looks like Konohamaru is going to be coming in the nick of time. I personally feel like Konohamaru definitely needs a redemption. I've stated my opinions about Konohamaru before in the past, and I really didn't like his activity in these arcs.
A lot of people said we haven't really seen Konohamaru fight. Really, a lot of people said, hey, he might have Sage Mode, things like that, but it's still like, Konohamaru didn't do anything. He never does anything. And this past arc was the last straw for me, because it's like, Konohamaru, please do something.
And I really hate it, man, because I like the character of Konohamaru. I think it would be a very good idea to have Konohamaru be the 8th Hokage, but from what I've seen already, it seems like Konohamaru is definitely not there as of yet. Now, one thing I do want to say to the Konohamaru stands out there, the people who actually do like Konohamaru and hope that he actually will be the next Hokage, the data books actually released some stats about Konohamaru, and it's definitely impressive. I'm not going to necessarily go over all of the stats as of right now, but judging by Konohamaru's stats, he's definitely well above Jonin level. He's extremely strong, extremely fast, and extremely intelligent. So per the writers themselves, at this age, Konohamaru should definitely be on pace to possibly become Kage level, but we just want to see it being translated into the actual arcs, into the actual anime, and of course into the actual manga. Now, this is going to be a very good arc for Konohamaru to actually show exactly his power, his strength, and his leadership, for us to actually put him back into that discussion. As I said, the last arc for Konohamaru was not a very good arc at all, and I'm really hoping that Konohamaru actually does redeem himself for this next arc. The addition of Sarada, of course, was absolutely amazing. You know, we always love a Kunoichi, but I really feel like this is going to be a big arc for Sarada. I said this in the spoilers if you guys didn't necessarily want to watch a spoiler episode, because I know some of you guys don't necessarily like to follow spoilers. This arc is definitely going to be a big arc for Sarada, and in this episode we've already seen multiple characters look towards Sarada for multiple information. For example, Sarada automatically realized that it was Jugo right there when she actually did see him. Now, I do want to add this clip in so you guys can actually see when Sarada actually first seen Jugo. Now, this episode came out yesterday. Not yesterday, it came out on Saturday specifically, and I know a lot of you guys don't like to hear dub, so I do want to give you guys a warning that the next 5 seconds of this video will actually be in dubbed.
Long time no see, Sasuke.
Alright, so that was the actual meeting of Sarada and Jugo for the first time. I know some of you guys were wondering, hey, when did Sarada actually meet Jugo? But it was during that time, during Boruto Gaiden, where Sarada was actually wondering who her actual mother was. Now, as an overall, I actually did like this episode. I thought it was a very good episode. And I know some of you guys are probably not going to like the overall arc, mainly because it doesn't have Boruto's karma seal popping out. It doesn't have Kawaki trying to kill Naruto, multiple things like that that's in the manga. But if you just take the arc for what it is, I feel like it can definitely be a very good one, and judging by the first episode, this arc could definitely be very promising. And I definitely do want to tell you guys, keep an eye out for the actual border patrol thing with Hanabi. That can actually prove to be a very interesting arc as well. But let me know what you guys think about this episode in the comment section below. It's been your boy Barbie, and we out.
It's a knife.
Check my clock, I can't stop. Fuck around, make my 40 pop. No popcorn, I pop pistols. Reaming my body, clothing no issue. Bitch, you look sick, you need a tissue. You drop a body, I just might bless you. I'm metrosexual, no high cholesterol. Where's Jenny Craig? Bitch, just get sexual.